Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, here we go on a Wednesday morning. Got some cold spots in the area. Now, we've seen a few high, thin clouds sort of mix in, and they're doing their best to prevent our temperatures from getting as low as they otherwise would. It's still cold outside, but maybe not as cold as it would have been. Now, I see temperatures this afternoon going to get a little warmer than they were yesterday. No reason we can't make to the mid-50s. Yesterday, we got to 51 officially, and we're going to be right back below freezing again overnight tonight. Here are some of these clouds I'm talking about, and they waited till 3, 4 o'clock to get here. So 1, 2, 3 o'clock this morning, we had a bunch of numbers in the 20s, and now things have sort of inched up a little tiny bit. It's kind of how those clouds help us out, and they're certainly doing that right now. The Tallahassee airport back up to 34. In Thomasville, we're at 32. In Valdosta, we're at 31. So still close to freezing or below freezing. A little breeze is trying to make it feel just a smidge cooler than it is. Not like the wind and wind chill we dealt with yesterday, but enough where you do notice it. We've got locations like Camilla at 28 or Live Oak and Cross City at 27. So we do have some spots that are in the 20s this morning. We'll talk about that breeze from the northwest, enough where you can feel it and enough where it maybe adds a couple of degrees, or I guess subtracts a couple of degrees from the temperatures. It only feels like 26 in Quincy, only feels like 25 in Bainbridge, only feels like 27 in Thomasville. Now we get some of these high thin clouds. They're not going to stick around all day. They'll melt away, and high pressure will be the big weather player again. We'll keep the winds from the north. We're going to have one more cold night tonight before we start to generate, I think, a few more clouds for tomorrow night, and that should mean while it will still be cold on Friday morning, not as cold as these past couple of mornings. And there's going to be a big sloppy storm system off to our west that'll be advancing to the east by Friday night and Saturday. There's a couple of things with this we're going to be watching. First will be the track that it takes. The more north that it takes, the better chance we'll have to see some thunderstorms. The more south of a track that it takes, that may adjust a little bit on the precipitation types. Around here, it looks like we're only talking about rain, but we'll watch, we'll see. And of course, the speed at which it moves still feels to me like this is going to be more of a Saturday thing than a Friday thing. But if it goes according to this timeline that our futurecast is going with here, maybe we can salvage part of the day on Saturday. I still think it's going to be a soggy start to the day Saturday, any way you look at it. Higher pressure is sort of in the way right now. It's got to move first, and that may delay what's going on with that system. So we'll watch, we'll see as we continue to be cold for another couple of days. As this system does start to organize and move, I do think it's going to have plenty of available moisture to work with, so it should be a better chance for more of a soaking type rain event. We'll watch, we'll see. Today's Wednesday. We're talking about Friday night and Saturday. We still have plenty of time to fine tune all that for you, so please keep checking in. We'll have updates. On the Gulf today, north and northwest winds 10 to 20, seas 2 to 4 feet. We'll be watching and seeing how those breezes impact the boaters. It's 20s and 30s this morning with some of those high clouds. Still cold, but it would have been a lot colder if there were no high clouds. Mid-50s this afternoon. No reason we can't get to 53, 54, even 55. Still cooler than normal. We should be in the low 60s. But it's going to be a little warmer than it was yesterday when we barely got up over 50 in spots. And then I'm expecting more middle and upper 20s tonight. Clear, cold. I do not expect those high, thin clouds to be there to help us out tomorrow morning. So several hours of those sub-freezing temperatures overnight tonight. Here's that 7-day forecast. At this point, it feels like late in the day Friday, and for the first half of Saturday, that's our best window for some rain chances. There could be some thunderstorms. There could be some strong ones. A lot has to depend on the track and the organization of this next energy, and it still hadn't even formed yet. So we've got some time to work on all that for you. I do see next week clearing right back up, staying a little bit on the chilly side, but maybe not as cold as it was this week. And I think the coldest is actually now going to be tomorrow morning. So we've got one more real cold night on tap.